Welcome back to the Scan Tool Network, guys. In this video we're going to be taking a closer look at the xTool D7 diagnostic package. It's a multi-vehicle, multi-system, special function and service function package by xTool, and we'll be looking at everything that you really need to know about this tool before you buy it, or 21 questions and answers about this tool that you may have before you go ahead and buy it. Now, I will say, if you are interested in buying this tool, please use the links in the description below this video, because there are fakes, there are clones out there on the market, and they can damage your vehicle. So if you want to make sure you're getting the genuine tool, please use the links in the description. So first of all, we'll take a look and see exactly what's inside the box, then we'll get it into a vehicle and see what it's capable of. It comes with a nice heavy-duty red carry case, which you can always keep in your garage or the boot of your vehicle. This is a user manual and certificate of quality. It should be stamped with the serial number on it. You then get the OBD2 cable, so one end of this goes into the top of the tool, the other end goes into this OBD2 connector, and this end goes into the vehicle itself. So if you picture it like that going into there and that going into the top of the vehicle. Okay, it comes with a plug. Depending on your location, depending on which region you buy it in, you will be supplied with the correct plug. And then this is a USB cable, so you plug one end in the top of the tool, the other end into the plug or into a PC or laptop to charge it. And this is the tool itself, as you saw earlier. It's got a nice screen. We'll get into the specifics of the screen, but feeling the tool is like a nice hard wearing unit, which feels like if you were to drop this on a workshop floor, it would manage that no problem. So let's get into the vehicle and see what it's capable of. So what exactly is the xTool D7? The D7 is a diagnostic package that has been designed for people who have more than one vehicle, or a garage maybe who have a lot of different cars that they need to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So anybody who has mainly more than one vehicle, or they really want to get the best diagnostic package that money can buy for their particular vehicles or their particular setup or systems. Where you can buy the tool, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to put the link in the description below this video. The link will give you I think it's like 8% off, so if you use that link you'll get 8% off, and you'll also make sure you get the genuine package, because fakes and clones do exist. So how much is this tool right now? Last time I checked, I think it was like £479, but that can go up and down. It can fluctuate depending on the market, depending on where you are in the world as well. But if you click the link in the description, that should take you to the correct tool for your specific location. So how is the tool powered? Well, you can see, I mentioned earlier, there is a cable running from the top of the tool into the diagnostic port of the vehicle. You probably can't see it right down there, but that's where the cable goes, and it gets its power by that. The tool does have an internal battery as well, so you can use the tool as well while the tool is not connected to the vehicle. So that's an advantage, and you can review data, etc., and I'll show you that in a moment. So what manufacturers is the tool covered? Well, it's pretty much going to cover all major manufacturers. So if I click onto diagnosis, we can see here we've got regions across the top, or you can just click on the VIN number to select your vehicle. But in a nutshell, you know what I'll do is I'll show you this screen. So if we just go up and then scroll up, so these are the European manufacturers. If we go to America, we have these manufacturers. If we go to Asia, we have these manufacturers. If we go to China, we have these, and if we go to Australia, it has these. So it covers all regions really, and pretty much all vehicles within those regions. So what systems are covered? Well, it's going to cover all of the systems within the vehicle. So again, if we go to diagnosis, if we go to Europe, we're in a Porsche here, so I'm going to select obviously Porsche, and I'm just going to show you this as an example. We're going to go manually select, so we're in a Porsche Macan. Let's click yes to that. We're going to go system selection, so it's automatically finding the systems that it will be able to diagnose to. So all you really need to do is find the system in which you wish to diagnose. Notice it's going to be different for every single vehicle. So you know, we've maybe got something like 40 options here, whereby if you were to select like a VW or maybe a BMW, you might have something like 90 selections or something like that. There are a couple of spelling faults I can see here. Airbag is supposed to be airbag, and it's not off-putting, but eventually you can find out where you need to be. So as an example, what I'm going to do here is say what sort of information do you get when you get a fault? Well, we've got two faults on this vehicle. You've got an airbag light and a check engine light. If I just put the accelerator up there, you can just see the airbag light and the check engine light there. So airbag is, well, airbay or airbag. We're going to click on to read trouble code. So this is what we're getting if you get a fault. So you'll get a unique trouble code and you'll get a description of the fault. Okay, if you want to clear the trouble code, we'll do that now, and keep an eye on the airbag light while I do this. So clear fault code, yes. The airbag light has turned off there. Okay, so that is successful, and we'll do the same for the engine check engine light, because we've got the DME here. Read trouble code. So that's the fault code. This is all basic stuff though. Click yes to that. Keep an eye on the check engine light. There we go, check engine light has gone off. Okay, so it'll do that for all of your main systems, okay? And as you know, suspension, parking brakes, tyre pressures, body stability management, ABS systems, transmission systems, etc. Note on this one it says Tiptronic transmission. If you do have a PDK, for example, then it'll cover that as well. So that is the system functionality, okay? And what about special functions? This is where this tool itself really comes into its own, because the special functions are like the service functions. So if we click onto this here, this opens up the tool to a whole new world of services that previously are only available mainly like at the garages or even the main dealers, but this tool allows you to have it all in your vehicle at any given time. So key programming speaks for itself. It's going to allow you to code a new key to a vehicle. Instrument cluster. Now this one is sort of a high debate topic, because a lot of people say this shouldn't be in here. This is basically mileage correction, and what you can do is we just select this here. So these are the vehicles or the manufacturers that it will allow you to do mileage correction for. We're not the manufacturer, so if you have a problem with this, then speak to the manufacturer. I'm certainly not promoting this as a mileage correction tool, but it will do these manufacturers for mileage correction. Okay, so what specific vehicles within these manufacturers, I don't have the official information. You may well be able to get that from Xtool, but just be aware that it is a feature of this tool. So you got your key programming, instrument cluster, you got your power balance, seat matching if you want to install new seats or something like that, the EEPROM, change language of your vehicle, electronic parking brake. So if you want to open and close the calipers or calibrate the calipers or the brakes, throttle calibration, if you can put the vehicle into transport mode. Some people have this. Steering angle sensor calibration reset, DPF forced regeneration. That's quite a popular one. Injector coding, you do your oil service resets, AF reset, TPMS reset. We've got more. BMS, that's new battery registration, ABS brake bleeding, your stop start reset, headlight adjustments, windows initialization, electronic pump activation, suspension with calibration, gear learning, gearbox matching, airbag ECU reset, and tire upgrades as well. So there's a whole host of different service functions and special functions that this tool actually has to offer. It really does give a magnificent array of facilities. So if we go back into Europe, what I would just want to show you is I'm going to go to Porsche again. I'm going to show you some live data, because you can get as much live data as you can shake a stick at. System selection, so DME, and we go to read ECU information. That's there. I'm trying to find the live data section. It's not there. May need to come back and revisit that section, because it should be around somewhere, but we'll get to it. Right, okay, so what else does it give? Is it touchscreen or is it buttons? Well, so some tools do have buttons on the side, but this one, as you saw, is just purely touchscreen. What about the updates on the tool? Well, the updates for this tool, they are free for the first 3 years, and then after that you have to pay an update cost per year if you wish to. You don't have to, but the update cost per year is, in the UK it's like £72, but in the USA it's $99 or I think you pay it in dollars, then it automatically converts it to your specific currency. But £72, but then again you get your first 3 years free, so that is really good. Now, one important thing is, how does this compare to other tools on the market, like the CR Max from iCarsoft, like the MK808 from Autel? It's hard to say, because the other tools, they are less in price. So say for example the CR Max is less in price, but you don't get some of the special functions that this tool has. So for example, you've got key programming, you've got instrument cluster mileage correction, and a few other of these special functions aren't included in the CR Max, but you have them in this tool. So but you are paying more for it. So it all really depends on what kind of special functions that you'll actually need. You know, if you don't need those, then you know you might want to go for the CR Max. But if you want to have an all-round package, then you know the X tool is good to have it all in one sort of useful package, if you like. Where can you get help and support? Well, you can get help and support just by contacting the remote control section. Or what they can do is, the engineers can take control of your device, and they can find any faults with it, or find why it's maybe not connecting to a vehicle in a certain way or carrying out a certain function, and they can update the software accordingly. There are a few other buttons on, I'll go through that in a moment, but help and support we've covered. Languages, I'm gonna guess and say it's in this one here. So we go to lots of different languages, as you can see. You can change information like the metric units, workshop information, you put your own details in there. VCI, so this is software settings, software information and hardware information. That's the icon for the updates. So if you want to do your updates, you need to be connected to the internet, obviously, and it's like a one-touch system, so it updates all the software on all of the different vehicles and manufacturers. We've seen the box with instructions. Now, is this tool easy to use? Would I recommend it to anybody who doesn't have any experience? I would honestly say yes, because it's such an easy and very user-friendly tool. You know, you don't need to have any experience to use something like this. You know, it's very easy to figure out exactly where you need to be, where you need to go, what you need to press on if you need to do something within your specific vehicle. I'm just sort of going through a few of the automatic scan systems as we're talking here. So this is like this is a scan system. So what you can do is, if you've got a fault in your vehicle and you're not exactly sure which system to press or which option to press, what you can do is do a full scan of the whole vehicle, and it will come back with any faults that are in any of the particular systems. So you can see here, like, most modern cars will have the odd sort of fault in the vehicle, because there's so many electronic systems. It's impossible to say that there wouldn't be a fault in them, but whether it's a serious fault or not is an entirely different matter. So what about the other icon menus? Well, we've mentioned the other icon menus. I will need to look at that, see if I can find the live data. Actually, I need to go into further detail. I'll come to that in a second. But does it double up as a tablet as well? Yes, it does. What you can do is you can connect to the internet. You can be diagnosing vehicles through the day, and you can be playing games on it or surfing the internet on it of a night time. So that's a really good advantage for this tool. You know, if you wanted to give the tablet to your kids, or you wanted to put games on for them while you were in the workshop or while you were working or whatever suits your specific needs. How fast is delivery? Delivery is generally like 1 to 2 working days on this tool. It's a fantastic fast service that X tool offer. I'm just sort of waiting for this to finish here. So we've come back, and it's got all of the faults in all of the different systems. Alright, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but let's say the power steering here is telling us it's got one fault. Just click onto that, click on diagnose, read trouble code. That's like a connection problem, the U code. We'll go back and we'll find something else, like this one here, combination instrument, diagnose. So read trouble code. So it's got lots of different fault codes. These probably, what these are doing, these are showing historic faults, you see. So for example, this ABS fault here, this is a previous fault that we've had on the car, but it's since been cleared. So you could just clear these faults, I'm fairly sure, without any issue. read trouble code. It's come back with one of them, so one of them might need a little bit of further investigation, but I'm not worried about that at all. Let's have a look in the DME again. Diagnose, data trouble code. It's not giving us the option to get any live data at the moment, so I will need to look at that. I'm sure there is a way to do it. You can also click on DTC report as well, or you can clear all of the DTCs if you wish to as well. So that's the end of the automatic scan. Let me just see if I can go into the OBD2 section, do an auto scan. It's either going to be one or the other, and go live data. And there we go, it gives you live data from the engine as it's happening right now. But there will be a way to get further live data, like more detailed live data for things like DPF and whatnot. If I go this way, it does do bidirectional controls, it does activation tests as well, just so you are aware of that. And extended functions, iCloud, not entirely sure what that is. I need to get that in further detail. But there we go, that is the xTool. This is the home screen here. If you wanted to start sort of going online, you need to obviously have a Wi-Fi connection, and you will need to register the tool as well once you've got it. So that's the xTool D7. I hope you have found it useful. Like I say, use the link in the description below this video, because it will take you to the genuine product, and it will take you to a product which will give you, well, you put the code in. I've got a code in the description there as well. That should give you like, I think it's 8% off, so it's a little something off, a little something to get you on your way. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.